If you don't like it, don't watch it. It's goofball mentality, bro. I hate when people say this, bro. It's such a goofball way of thinking. Like, imagine you start a restaurant, right? And you only sell one menu item. You know what I'm saying? You trying to be innovative. You know, you done made something new. So you sell a burger with a side of spaghetti, right? Everybody and their mama come over and buy it for the first time. Like a key amount of people come over and buy your burger and spaghetti for the first time, and everybody eats it. And next thing you know, after a week or so, after everybody done coming, nobody comes anymore. You know what I'm saying? You get the occasional person or two every couple months, and you're like, dang, what happened? I mean, sure, you already got your money, but you wondering like, bro, why ain't nobody coming and grabbing my burger no more? You feel me? So then, but nobody's talking to you. Nobody's saying anything to you. Nobody's saying if they liked it. Nobody's saying if they hated it. Nothing. Nothing. They just came, ate it once, and then left and never came back. Right? So imagine if your business failed because nobody talked to you. You don't know what to improve, what to fix. So then imagine somebody come through. They eat your burger. Keith Lee himself come through, and he have your burger and your spaghetti. He's like, man, this spaghetti is phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? You notice everybody was eating the spaghetti, but they was leaving the burger. He tell you like, man, this burger, uh, it's a little tough. You cooking it too long. The flavor's there, but maybe try cooking it on medium well or medium instead of well done. Try that. So you do that, and then now everybody coming back. You're getting consistent customers and everything. Now your business finally thriving. That's how feedback works, goofball. We need feedback. That's why the video game industry is in the state that it is now, because people keep trying to discourage feedback. No, if you like it, you need to say what's wrong with it. You need to see what's wrong with The First Descendant. You need to say what's wrong with Destiny 2. These games are boring, low replayability, limited builds. You need to say stuff like that. You playing Destiny 2 and you like Gathering Storm like I do. That's my favorite super, but it ain't really too many consistent builds out for it. You're like, man, this kind of sucks. I can't keep my abilities up just like how the Warlock can. The Warlock got the Controverse hold. They got the Crown of Tempest, but I ain't really got nothing, man. I want to use my abilities as the Hunter, because the way that my Hunter looks is my favorite. The super's my favorite. I like the Hunter, but I just can't do it. My build is limited, And a lot of people are going to be like, oh, you could do it this way. You could do it this way. You got to put this weapon on, have this exact armor on, and these. Man, look, I want to put the thing on. I want to wear what armor I want to wear. Use the new lightsaber. And have fun with that, man. I don't want to have to sit here and run a full arc build. That's limiting. That's extremely limiting. That's not fun. All the best games have the most options. You ever notice that? You ever notice the more options a game give you, the more fun you have, because you could Risk of Rain. Yeah, you could play any character, get all them items, and you could just blow through the level. You could have so much fun playing Risk of Rain too. Risk of Rain Returns, any Risk of Rain, But when it comes to other games, First Descendant, you're like, man, I want to do bossing with Freyna, and you can. It takes a while to kill. That's the thing. Like, okay, not everything should be super overpowered. I'm not saying that. Not everything needs to be exactly the same, but stuff needs to be similar in stuff needs to be similar, right? Needs to be similar in power so I can have more options. I don't want to have to switch to this specific thing to do this specific thing. I want to play how I want to play. That's fun. You play Punishing Great Raven, and you can make any character in the game good. Any character in the game, you could do most content, unless you super old character. All these newer characters, you don't have to do the super meta character. You don't have to use Nanami to clear lightning. I use Noctis. I like Noctis. Noctis is my favorite attacker. He's cool. Well, actually, Alpha is my favorite attacker, but Noctis is definitely a close second. He's cool. So it's like, the more options a game give you, the more fun it is. And they can't give you more options if they're not getting any feedback. We need to be able to tell these game companies what they're doing wrong, what's boring, and what's fun, so they can continue doing the fun stuff and stop doing the boring stuff. The First Descendant has more than enough revealing skins. We don't need no more revealing skins. Give us some armor or something. You know what I'm saying? We got the top armor for the chick, and then and the bottom is just legs. Come on now. We want more substantial content, but they don't know these things unless we say so. And I think the main thing that's holding them back is that they keep listening to the Discord dummies instead of having like some sort of in-game survey. But that's a whole nother video. We need to be able to tell these game companies what's good and what's bad. That's how we get better games. That's how we get more consistent releases. That's how we get a better economy of games overall. It's not just going to happen because these game companies are going to get more and more lazy and sell worse stuff for a better price. That's what it is. If we want better games, we need to be able to tell these game companies to do better. You can't just white knight and expect the game to be better. Just because you have fun with the game doesn't make a game good. I like a lot of bad games. I have fun with a lot of bad games, but that doesn't mean that the game is good just because it's fun.